Hi guys, Marcus here, and in today's bonus video, we're talking how Chinese dramas get made, from idea to premiere. If you're watching this video, chances are you've seen at least one Chinese drama, or maybe dozens. But have you ever wondered what goes on behind the scenes? From fantasy epics to school romances, every Chinese drama goes through a long, complicated process. In this video, we're breaking it all down, how Chinese dramas are made step by step. And I've ordered them in 7 stages: the idea and script, getting approvals, casting, financing and pre-production, filming, post-production and internal review, getting past the review board, and airing and promotion. The first stage in the making of a Chinese drama is ideation and script development. Sometimes this begins with an original concept pitched by a scriptwriter or director, but very often in China, it starts with the adaptation rights to a popular web novel, comic, or even mobile game. Whether it's an adaptation or an original, a team, often made up of a head writer, co-writers, and consultants, begins crafting the story into a screenplay that fits TV structure. That means condensing long novels into oftentimes 40 episodes, each around 45 minutes, while keeping the core themes intact. If the drama is set in a historical period, script consultants are hired to ensure accuracy in customs, etiquette, and speech. If it's a contemporary story, they're expected to reflect mainstream social values like family unity, moral growth, patriotism, and responsible behavior. A full synopsis, detailed character arcs, and sample episodes must be completed before the project can even be submitted for review. During this stage, producers may offer feedback like, "Can we make this more marketable? Can we age down the leads? Can we tone down that politically risky subplot?" By the end of this phase, the drama has a name, a script, or at least a solid story arc, and a production team that's ready to take it to the next step: government filing and approval. Once the script is solid and the concept is finalized, the next step in any Chinese drama production is securing official approval from the government. This is not a formality, it's a requirement. Without it, you legally cannot begin filming. And the body in charge is the National Radio and Television Administration, NRTA. All dramas must go through what's called 备案, or the project filing process. Think of this like applying for a filming license. The entire filing and approval process can take anywhere from 4 weeks to several months. And in some cases, projects are rejected outright or asked to revise and resubmit. Only once the green light is given can the fun part begin. Studios secure casting, crew, and begin pre-production in earnest. With government approval in hand, the production enters pre-production, a critical phase where the drama moves from paper to reality. At this point, the creative vision meets logistics, money, and star power. Casting isn't just about acting ability, it's also about marketability. Productions are under pressure to pick actors who can deliver both on-screen and in data, high heat index, strong social following, and appeal. Sometimes actors are pre-attached to a project even before the script is finalized. This often happens for those big S-level dramas. While casting is happening, producers are also working on the money. Financing a drama means bringing in investors, brand sponsors, and streaming platforms if they're not already attached. Product placement is a huge deal in Chinese dramas. You'll often see beauty brands, tea labels, or tech devices show up directly in scenes. Once financing and casting are locked, it's time to set the stage, literally. The art department designs sets, especially for costume and fantasy dramas where entire ancient towns might be built. Costumers begin designing or renting elaborate wardrobes, often referencing dynastic history or mythology. Hair and makeup teams start test looks based on the characters' personalities. Meanwhile, the director, cinematographer, and producers map out the filming schedule. Legal teams now finalize contracts for cast, crew, vendors, and studio rentals. This stage is where a drama's success or failure can be determined before the first frame is even shot. After months of development and preparation, the cameras finally start rolling. Stage 4 is filming, or what's called principal photography. It sounds glamorous, but for many, it's the toughest part of the process. Filming a Chinese drama often means grueling workdays. We're talking 12 to 16 hours per day, 6 or even 7 days a week. Actors are often expected to shoot multiple emotional or action-heavy scenes in a single day, all while looking flawless. Costume dramas are even tougher. They can shoot in the searing summer heat or freezing winter cold, often in remote locations. Actors might spend hours in heavy costumes and wigs, standing in muddy fields waiting for perfect lighting. Filming is almost never done in episode order. It's arranged based on location availability, actor schedules, and set reuse efficiency. For example, all scenes in a police station or palace might be filmed over a week, then edited and slotted into different episodes later on. In North America, it's called block shooting. Because scenes are shot out of order, actors need to mentally track their character's arc at all times. It's a challenging yet fun part of the job, which requires guidance from the director as well. How sad am I in this scene? Have we fallen in love yet? Am I injured here, or was that earlier? For fantasy, wuxia or xianxia dramas, there's a lot of action choreography and wire work. Actors are literally suspended in the air, flipping or flying while delivering lines. Fight scenes are often shot frame by frame, with special effects markers and camera tricks to make everything appear fluid and magical. Some actors even rehearse with imaginary characters that are added later on in post-production, like dragons, spirits, or entire cities rendered with CGI. Filming is where all the planning comes to life, but it's also where things can fall apart. But once the final scene is shot, it's time to move to the next stage, post-production. After months of long shoots, the cast and crew wrap filming, but the work is far from over. All the scenes are edited into full-length episodes, the best takes are selected, and transitions are built across multiple episodes. Editors work closely with directors to tighten the storytelling. After the rough cut, the footage is color graded to match the show's tone. For example, fantasy dramas might use cooler tones for a mystical look, while modern romances go for soft pastels and golden lighting. Then, the visual effects team steps in. This is crucial for green screen replacement, creating CGI creatures or worlds, and removing wires. Next comes audio, including sound effects, ambient noise, and background music. In Chinese dramas, many actors' voices are actually dubbed over, and very often by other voice actors. Why? Sometimes to standardize Mandarin pronunciation, and sometimes to enhance clarity, tone, or emotional weight. There are other reasons, but I will save those for another video. It's quite an often discussed topic. Once post-production wraps, the drama goes through an internal review, often by the studio's own censorship team or legal advisors. They check for historical inaccuracies, political sensitivity, problematic lines or scenes, sexually explicit content, and things of that sort. If issues are found, the team will re-edit, replace lines, or cut entire scenes to reduce the risk of rejection later on. At this point, the drama looks and sounds complete, but don't celebrate just yet, because the next hurdle is the official government review, where things can still go very wrong. With post-production finished and an internal green light from the studio, the next step is the most critical and unpredictable part of the entire process. Stage 6 is the official external review, where the drama is submitted to the NRTA. The review process can take anywhere from months to years. This is where your entire production, no matter how expensive or star-studded, can be delayed, heavily edited, or even completely blocked. Some productions are asked to make minor cuts. Others are returned with pages of required edits. And some shows are simply never heard from again. They get what's known in the industry as locked in the vault. A couple of examples of some dramas in the vault as of now are The Fated General starring Zhang Ruoyun and Rachel Mao. It was filmed in August 2016. And Zhao Ge starring Zhang Zhehan and Wu Jingyan. It was filmed in September 2016. There's no guaranteed timeline, no guaranteed feedback, and no public explanation when something gets stuck. For creators, it's like holding your breath, waiting to see if all your hard work will ever see the light of day. By the way, the trailer for Zhao Ge looked terrific. It's a shame it'll almost certainly never get to air. And even if a show passes, its release window must be coordinated with streaming platforms or satellite TV schedules, which often favor certain themes during certain seasons. War dramas, for example, might air around national holidays. Sweet modern romances might be saved for the summer. More sensitive or darker content might be buried in late-night slots with little promotion. There's also a political layer. If an actor has recently been involved in a scandal, review approval can be quietly pulled. In some cases, shows are forced to reshoot scenes with a different actor or use AI face swaps to salvage what they can. For drama producers, passing this stage is a major victory. It means your drama is no longer just a dream or a file on a hard drive. It's finally cleared to meet an audience. But the battle's not over yet. In Stage 7, the final phase, you have to launch the drama, promote it, and win over millions of picky viewers. So the drama has passed government review. The hard drive's been approved. You survived the politics, the edits, the waiting. Now what? Welcome to Stage 7, distribution and premiere, where the drama finally goes public and the market decides whether it soars or sinks. In China, dramas are usually distributed through major streaming platforms like Tencent, iQIYI, and Youku, or aired on television networks like Hunan TV, Dragon TV, or CCTV. Some dramas get both, a premium streaming drop and a primetime satellite slot. On premiere day, multiple episodes might be released at once, or platforms might stick to a scheduled rollout like 2 new episodes every night at 8 p.m. VIP members often get early access to more episodes, creating tiered viewership. Studios invest heavily in marketing, paid promotions on Douyin and Weibo, group watches and building sweeps, and live stream appearances from lead actors. If the drama gains traction, it starts to trend on Weibo heat lists, platform popularity rankings, and real-time searches. These early reactions can snowball into wider buzz or backlash. For fans, it can be the start of a new obsession. For the creators, it's a moment of relief, but also the beginning of ratings pressure, review scores, and word-of-mouth warfare. The journey from script to screen might be complete, but how long the drama lives in audience memory, that's something no studio can predict. And that's the story of how Chinese dramas are made, from idea to premiere. The next time you hit play on a new drama, remember, there's years of strategy, creativity, pressure, politics, and passion behind every frame. That's all from me today. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who may be interested. See you next time.